Yo, what's going on, everyone? It's your boy Ethan. Hope you're having a great day. We are mid-session right now. You're literally gonna watch the most degenerate video you'll ever see. We're playing 2-2 PLO, double bomb pots only, Action City, pretty much all in every single hand. Hopefully you enjoy it. It's been swingy. I'm not gonna spoil anything because we're midway through the session, but you're gonna like this one. Smash that thumbs up button because taking notes right now is pretty tough. You've never seen anything more degenerate than this. Hopefully you enjoy. 2-2 PLO, I don't even know what to say. Just strap in for the most ridiculous video you'll ever see in poker. We sit down and start off hot with the first hand here, a $25 double board bomb pot, 8-handed PLO shit show action. We see the first flop of 5-5-8 rainbow, second flop of king, queen, 10, 2 hearts, and I am in the small blind, first to act, and I look down at jack 9. We've got the second nut on flop number 2, absolutely nothing on flop number 1. First to act, I'm not sure what to do, but I decided to pot it. $200 in the pot and $200 to leave my stack right off the bat. And holy crap, what is happening on this table? The player to my left makes the call for $200, so immediately we have a customer for $200. Then we see the next person to act jam for $290 total. Action back to another player on the table who calls for $290. The player next to him, he calls for only like $40, $50 total in his stack, so not a whole lot there, but there's another player in it. And then now onto the button player who has like 3,000 to 4,000 in stack. He also makes the call for $290. What the hell is going on? Considering we do have a straight on the second flop and nothing on the first flop, with the second nuts, we've just got to assume our hand isn't going to be good here. It's only $90 more to call, of course, and the action would be closed since the other player to my left can only call as well or fold. But I don't even know what's going on. I don't even know how to even record this action. I decided on a fold because we've just got nothing on the first board and it's pretty unlikely we'll win the second flop as well. So we let this one go, but it's a warm welcome to the table. The player to my left makes the call for $290 and everyone else is pretty much in it. We get to see the turns and rivers for free as action gets checked down all the way through. And end of the story, everyone shows their cards and it's just an absolute shit show. But end of the story, I would have lost this one 100%.
Hold on. Oh, he's ahead of me, but I have the other one.
Alright, so he has a queen.
And I have a 5. I have 5 here.
Yeah, me too.
Okay, hold on.
7 10s and a straight draw.
Okay, so I got these from him.
I got board on the first one.
Hold on, guys, hold on.
Let her do it, man.
Yeah, I know.
Obviously, we had nothing on the first flop, and on the second flop, people had flush draws, and another person had top set for a set of kings. And the hard draw got there, and we would have lost and gotten scooped first hand in, so yeah, welcome to the madness. This second hand, it's a normal one, and by normal, I mean not a double board bomb pot. We pick up ace-ace, king-9, double suited on the button. What a premium. There's an ungun player who opens it up to $12. There are 2 players to make the call, and onto me. On the button, we're in position. I am going to just pot it. I ask the dealer what pot is. I get told $85 is the number, so $85 we put in the middle and around. Obviously, Action City, 3 players make the call. Going to a flop 4 ways of ace, king, 10. 2 spades in the heart, top set, backdoor heart draw, and first player to act ripped it all in for $180. Next to act makes the call, and they have about $210 behind. Third player gets out of the way and folds, and back onto us. Well, welcome to the table once again. Although we are not confident in our hand, I do think that we're not going to be folding top set and a backdoor heart draw as well. So let's go with it. I rip it all in, stick all my chips in the middle, and jam. The other player obviously is not going to fold for only 210 more. So once again, we are 3 ways all into a runout. The turn is a heart, which is nice, brings us additional equity. We definitely need some help though, and the river is nothing, does not improve us. I just show my hand for the side pot, not expecting to win, and the other player has queen jack, deuce, deuce. flopped the nut straight and Broadway, obviously, and he just held the whole way. So we're 5 minutes into the session, everyone, and we're already down $700 in this ridiculous roller coaster ride. From here on out, it is double board bomb pot action only. 8 ways here in this hand, $25 from each of us. We look down at ace, queen, 8-6, double suited in the big blinds, and flop number 1, we flop middle pair, top kicker. Flop number 2, we flop the nut flush draw. So interestingly enough, as much as there was crazy action so far in this session, action checks around on this flop. So we went from 8 ways to the flop to still 8 ways to the turn. The turn on board 1 comes in 8, and on board 2 comes the king of diamonds. So we improved to 2 pair on the first flop and the nut flush on flop number 2. Not amazing with the board paired, but here we are. When the small blind checks, I throw out a bet of $125. Not sure what the sizing should be, but I think we're pretty confident in our hand on both boards. Once again, action ensues. There's a hijack player who rips his whole stack in there for $275. And now the button, who has a massive stack and covers me, rejams. The small blind now also calls for about $75 total, and what the hell? I don't think we can fold here. We just have a monster hand right now. Probably someone has a full house on the bottom, but we have the nut flush. We have 2 pair on the top. Just a lot going for us, and whatever. I make the call. I don't think I can lay down this monster, so our entire $600 stack is back in the middle. Let's try to win this one. Off to the river, 4 ways all in. It doesn't improve any of us, and the button with the big stack shows pocket 7s for a boat on the bottom, and I take it down with 2 pair up top, and I guess we chop this one, both the side and main pot. So finally, we don't actually lose money in this hand. We just didn't win as much as we could have. I don't even know if you'd call this session a poker session, but here we are. Double word bomb pot, $25 in the middle, 7-handed. You know the drill. We look down at king, queen, 9-7 on the button, and flop number 1 comes 9, deuce, 4 rainbow. We have top pair. Flop number 2 comes 4, 8, 10, 2 hearts. We have open-ended. Action checks to the player in the cutoff who rips his whole stack in there for $175, saying that he only looked at 2 cards. On to me. Well, we have top pair. We are open-ended. I guess I'm going to make the call because we have equity? I don't actually know. But we're in this. We called for 175, and there's another player on the table who also calls for 175 as well. So we're in position here. 3 ways to a turn. Heads up for a side pot. The turn comes the queen of hearts up top and the 8 of clubs on the bottom. He checks to me, and I'm not really sure what to do here. I have about $600 in my stack total. I rip it all in. I don't know. I have 2 pair up top, and I have open-ended on the bottom. I want to get folds, I think, so we don't have to split the pot 3 ways. I go for it. Ambitious all in for about $585 total. The other guy thinks about it, but ends up folding, so now we're going to a river heads up. The river comes. We are not improved, and holy crap. This player shows pocket deuces, or deuce-deuce, for a set of deuces on the top board. And on the second board, I'm sitting with king high, and he has a pair of deuces to win the second board and scoops it. 2 cards need to play in PLO, and with the board pairing on the second board, deuces will hold and win everything. What the hell is going on?
I fought 3 kings 3 times. I couldn't win with them. I fought 3 dudes. I win with them. Fucking wow. Good C-chain.
In this next double board bomb pot, we're playing 6-handed. I look down at king, king, jack 7. You know the drill, $25 in the middle. Flop number 1 comes 10, 7, 8. So not a whole lot going for us here. Flop number 2, we just flop top boat with king 4, 4. Someone on the table, I don't even know the positions anymore. There's so much action in this session. Someone bets $150. We get 1 player to make the call. On to me, obviously sitting with the effective nuts on the second flop. I want to get as much money in the middle because we are essentially expecting to be losing on the first flop. So I make the call as well. Player to my left in the small blind makes the call. So we're going 4 ways now to a turn. Turn number 1 doesn't change much. Turn number 2 is, well, the case king, sitting with quads now. And action checks to me. Obviously, we have the second board locked up, I would say. There's only $400 in the middle with quads, and yeah, I don't know. We're going to go for it. The pot's pretty large, and I rip it all in for $400 total. The player to my left makes the call. Everyone else folds, so, you know, I think we're going to scoop at least half of this board off to a river, which doesn't change a whole lot, and this player shows a set on the top. Obviously, quads on the bottom. We take it down, chop this pot up. Got a little bit of money on the flop action, but turns out the other two players folded a 4. So I guess that king wasn't too helpful. The very next hand in the cutoff, we look down at Queen 5, 3-3. $25, six-handed. Flop number 1, we have bottom set. So that's not too shabby. Flop number 2, we're open-ended. So also not that bad either. We have equity on both boards, and when action checks to me, I'm just going to put in a pot size bet here. It's not called Pot Limit Omaha for a reason. We pot it to $150, and you know, the thing about everyone having 4 cards is that everyone's going to hit something, it seems. 3 players make the call. Another ridiculous pot brewing. Turn on the top comes a queen. Turn number 2 on the bottom comes an 8. And with the pot at around $750, someone with a big stack pots it for $750 total, multi-way. And here it looks like we just have to go with bottom sets. I think we can fold sometimes, but realistically, look, we're not playing this game to fold out so much equity. Whatever, screw it. With $615 total in our stack, we make the call. All of our chips are in the middle once again and in play. The other 2 players fold, so we're going heads up. The other guy shows us 5-7 of spades. Looks like he's got a ton of equity going on. The river does not improve him, and we chop it up once again. At least we're making a little bit of money chipping up here and there, but man, we're risking a lot of money to chop it up and win a little. So far in this madhouse, we are in the game for $1,300, and so far sitting with about $900 in stack. Hopefully we can run it up in the next hand. Here in this next hand, we pick up 6-6-4-5 double suited, so pretty interesting and fun hand to play. We are playing 8-handed, 25 in the middle. Flop number 1, we flop a set and open-ended, which is pretty nice. Flop number 2, we whiff it all and we have absolutely nothing. So when action checks to me, considering that we have obviously the first board locked up, it seems I'm going to check this one considering that, once again, we have nothing on flop number 2. So the best we're hoping for is a chop. Action checks around, and the turn on the top comes a 6. Obviously on the bottom still we have absolutely nothing, so we improve to the nuts on the first board. One player throws out a bet. I think it was like $100 or give or take, something like that. Then we get another player to pot it or raise it up to $470. Well, on to me now, and I have the nuts on the top board, and obviously nothing on the second one. I don't know what to do, but this other player that raised to 470 has a really large stack. I'm gonna go for it. I don't think we're ever going to be folding the nuts, so let's go for it. I rip it all in for $880 total. Action folds to the big stack, and he's gonna snap it off, which is interesting to see. He shows his cards, and he has a pair or something on the second board, and he's free rolling with the top board because he has the bottom one locked up, and he has a 6 with a king and jack on the top board. Free rolling this one, we just have to fade a king and jack on the first board. River number 1, it's a jack. There it is. He was free rolling, he takes it down. The second river obviously doesn't matter, and we get scooped on this one. No chopping on this one. We just let him take it down. Never in my life had we ever had to consider actually folding the nuts, but in double board PLO bomb pots, you just might have to. Obviously, adding back to the maximum with $600, and in this hand, we're playing 8-handed. Let's run it. We pick up ace, deuce, queen, 8, 2 spades. Flop number 1, 5, deuce, 3, 2 spades. We've got the wheel straight draw. Flop number 2 comes ace, deuce, 7, rainbow. So we have top and bottom pair. Another pretty much dream scenario that we're just going to rip it all in on. Someone throws out a bet of $75 on the table. There's one player who makes the call. Obviously, we just want stacks in, so I once again commit my stack, pot it to $500 total, leaving myself with about $75 to $100 behind. Everyone else that wasn't committed in this hand folds, and the player who bet 75 rips it all in. The other player rips it all in. They both cover me, and obviously we're going to a run out.
There's a flush there. There's a 3 aces there. Woo!
No.
Oh, sorry. Yep. Sorry, thank you.
Now the flush. Come on, baby. Now the flush. There you go.
Right.
The run out comes. We improve to the nut flush on the top, and we actually boat up on the bottom. So we show our hand. We win some sort of side pot, and end up unfortunately chopping the main pot as the other player hit a 10 on the river. Was so close to scooping both boards, but sadly variance was not on our side in this one. We chop up a really big main pot that almost could have put us into the black. So that was fucked. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. I guess I've never been in a situation where I had to fold the nuts in PLO or in poker before, but maybe that time with the 6-4, we were getting free rolled. We had nothing on the bottom board, so I guess we were calling just to, I don't know, I had the nuts on the top board. I'm not really sure what to really do there. But we didn't run great, and we only played for, the sick things that we only played for an hour and a half. All of those hands happened. We were literally like just involved, back to back to back hands, and didn't run as great as we could have. A little bit out of our element, a little bit of a degenerate little quick session, but we're gonna hop into the 2-5 game that I'll play in, and I'll show you guys in the next video. But final numbers here. We were in the game for 1900, hour 30 happened, and we were out of the game for an even 1000, so minus 900 L in the PLO double board bomb pot streets. So hopefully you enjoyed it. Leave a like if you like this degenerate action. That was actually a blast, even though I lost a lot of money. Yeah, it didn't run great, especially in that ace-deuce hand where the ace was full and the other guy just remembered a 10. Whatever. Hopefully we'll make it back in the 2-5. We'll see. We'll grind it out, but hopefully you enjoy this one. Leave a like if you made it this far, and I'll see you guys in the next video. We're going to play 2-5 real quick. See you guys next time. Peace.